Good morning and welcome to the English Core video lecture. I hope everyone is keeping good health and are safe. From today, we officially begin the academic session for class 12. Since we do not know when will times and situations improve and come out of lockdown, till then we will continue with our online mode of teaching. In these times, we need to adapt to the new normal, that is the online mode of education. And as we try to create classroom environment through internet, I ask everyone to please bear with me as I try to explain the chapters and break it down to make it easier for you to understand. Today I will be discussing chapter 2, The Tiger King, from your Vistas textbook. I have tried to explain this chapter in Hindi also. So kindly be patient with me and overlook any mistakes and errors I may have made. So let us begin with the chapter. Before I begin, I would just like to give a small background of the story. In this story, the author, Kalki, criticizes or makes mockery of the actions of the king because he believes in the prophecy which was told by the astrologer. The prophecy was that the king was born at the hour of the bull. The bull and the tigers are enemies, so his death will come from the tiger. Now the king believes that this prophecy is true, that his life is really in danger by a tiger. So he decides to eliminate all his threat by going on a pursuit to kill 100 tigers. This short story is also a mockery or a satire. A satire is a kind of a literary device which exposes and criticizes people's stupidity or vices. And Kalki also uses this technique to expose the stupidity of the Tiger King. The king misuses his powers and his position to remove his threat. His threat was from tigers. So the king fears that his life is in terrible danger after the prophecy which was foretold by the astrologer. He believed every word which the astrologer had told him, that his life was in great danger from a tiger. So he believes the prophecy of the astrologer, and in order to eliminate his threat, he goes on to kill hundreds of tigers. So that was a short background of the story. Now we will see the plot of the story. The Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram was known by various names such as Maharaja Dhiraja, Sir Jilani Jung Jung Bahadur, etc. But he was famously known as the Tiger King. So this Maharaja of Pratibandhapuram is the main protagonist or the main central character of the story. And he was known by many other names, Maharaja Dhiraja, Sir Jilani Jung Jung Bahadur, etc. But he was famously known as the Tiger King. So when this Tiger King or when the prince was born, the astrologers had predicted that since the prince was born at the hour of the bull and the tigers are enemies. So death will come to the prince from a tiger or by the tiger. The Tiger King, who was only 10 days old, began to speak, saying that the tiger should beware or be careful of the prince. This was the first and the only miracle. So when the astrologer predicted that the life of the prince was in danger by a tiger, the prince, who was only 10 days old, a baby of 10 days old, he started to speak and he told the astrologers that he was not afraid of the tigers, but the tigers should be afraid of the prince. And this was the only miracle which took place in the entire story, that a baby who was born of only 10 days old, he was only 10 days old, and he started to speak. Okay. In this story, the author uses fantastical elements like prophecy and miracles. In the story, the author uses elements like prophecy and miracles. The prophecy that the prince was in danger, his life was in danger by a tiger because he was born at the hour of the bull. That was the prophecy. And the miracle was that a prince who was only 10 days old since his birth started to speak, because we know that a baby who is born just 10 days, who is only just 10 days old, cannot speak. Okay, so these are the prophecy and the miracles which took place in the entire story. In the second part of the story, the author describes the ways in which the prince grew up. The prince grew up like a royal child. He drank white cow's milk. He was taught by an English tutor. He was cared by an English nanny, and he watched English films. So the prince was a royal child, and since India was then ruled by British and influenced by British, so all the royal and princely states, they used to bring their infants or bring their child under the guidance and under the tutorship of English people. Okay. So when the prince turned 20 years of age, he was crowned the king. And the people of his kingdom started to talk about the prediction of the king's death by the tiger. The Maharaja decided to protect himself against this threat and put an end to this prophecy. So in the story, when the prince turns 20 years of age, all the responsibility of his kingdom falls upon his shoulders. And the people also remember the prophecy which was related to the king, that his life was in danger by the tiger. And the Maharaja decided to protect himself against this threat, against the tiger. And he also wanted to put an end to this prophecy. He wanted to prove the prophecy of the astrologer wrong. So one day the Maharaja killed a tiger and showed it to the astrologer. That same astrologer who had predicted that the Maharaja's life was in danger by a tiger. The astrologer told the king to kill 100 tigers in total to avoid death by the tiger. And he also warned the king to be careful with the 100th tiger. So the same astrologer told the king that he needed to kill 99 more tigers. In total, the Maharaja needed to kill 100 tigers to avoid the death by the tiger. And the astrologer also warned the king to be careful with the 100th tiger, the last tiger. While he was killing the last tiger, while he would kill the last tiger, the Maharaja needs to be careful. In the third part of the story, a proclamation was issued to all the people that no one except the king was allowed to hunt the tiger. And if anyone is found throwing even a stone at the tiger, his wealth and property would be confiscated. In the third part of the story, a proclamation or a message was issued by the Maharaja to all the people in his kingdom that no one was allowed to kill or hunt the tigers except the Maharaja himself. And if anyone is found throwing a stone at the tiger, his wealth and property would be taken away by the Maharaja. So किसी को राजा के सिवाय टाइगर्स को हंट करने की परमिशन नहीं दी गई थी, और अगर कोई टाइगर्स को हंट करता है तो उसका सारा वेल्थ और प्रॉपर्टी ले लिया जाएगा. So from that day onwards, the king went on tiger hunt and started to kill tigers in his kingdom. So उस दिन के बाद महाराजा टाइगर हंट पे जाया करते थे and he started to kill tigers in his kingdom. And once the Maharaja stood in danger of losing his kingdom because he refused permission to a British official to hunt tigers in his state's forest or even click pictures with a dead tiger. So एक बार महाराजा अपने राज्य को खोने के डेंजर में पहुंच चुके थे because he had refused permission. उन्होंने एक ब्रिटिश ऑफिशियल को परमिशन देने से इनकार कर दिया था कि वो उनके राज्य में टाइगर्स हंट कर पाए. सो इस कारण से उनका किंगडम उनसे छिनने के कगार पर आ चुका था. सो इन ऑर्डर टू सेव हिज किंगडम, द किंग सेंट 50 डायमंड रिंग्स टू द ब्रिटिश ऑफिसर्स वाइफ. तो अपने राज्य को बचाने के लिए या ब्रिटिश ऑफिसर को प्लीज़ करने के लिए महाराजा ने 50 डायमंड रिंग्स ब्रिटिश ऑफिसर के वाइफ को भेजा. और उन्हें लगा ही हैड एक्सपेक्टेड दैट द ब्रिटिश ऑफिसर्स वाइफ वुड टेक ओनली 1 or 2, बट इंस्टेड शी केप्ट ऑल, विच कॉस्ट द किंग 3 लाख रुपीज़. सो राजा को लगा था कि ब्रिटिश ऑफिसर की वाइफ 1 या 2 रिंग लेगी, बट उन्होंने सारा रिंग रख लिया और महाराजा को 3 लाख ऑफ रुपीज़ पेमेंट करना पड़ा. बट दिस वॉज हाउ ही हैड मैनेज टू सेव हिज किंगडम. सो द महाराजा वॉज एबल टू सेव हिज किंगडम फ्रॉम द ब्रिटिश ऑफिसर. In the fourth part of the story, Maharaja's attempts at hunting tigers were successful. In 10 years, he had managed to kill 70 tigers. As time went by, the Maharaja had difficulty in hunting tigers as the tigers in his state's forest had become extinct. So 10 साल तक महाराजा 70 टाइगर्स मार गिराए थे और वो काफ़ी सक्सेसफुली टाइगर्स हंट कर रहे थे. बट जैसे जैसे समय बीतता गया, टाइगर्स का पॉपुलेशंस उनके फॉरेस्ट से कम होते गए और एक समय में वे एक्सटिंक्ट हो गए थे. एंड द किंग नीडेड टू रीच हिज टारगेट ऑफ किलिंग 100 टाइगर्स टू एस्केप हिज डेथ. बट नाउ अ ग्रेट ऑब्स्टिकल ले इन फ्रंट ऑफ हिम, since tiger population in his kingdom had become extinct. So now the king needed to reach his target of killing 100 tigers. But उनके समय में उनके सामने एक बहुत बड़ी मुश्किल आ पड़ी थी. वो थी कि उनके किंगडम में टाइगर्स की पॉपुलेशन ख़त्म हो गई थी. सो महाराजा needed another plan. So he came up with a brilliant idea. He told his diwan that he had decided to marry a royal princess of a state which had large number of tiger population. So उसने दीवान से कहा कि he wants to marry a princess जिनके स्टेट में टाइगर का पॉपुलेशन ज़्यादा हो. So the Maharaja married a princess of a state which had large number of tiger population, and every time he visited his in-laws, he would kill 5 or 6 tigers. So महाराजा ने एक प्रिंसेस से शादी कर ली जिसके राज्य में सबसे ज़्यादा टाइगर पॉपुलेशन थी, और जब जब वे इन लॉस के पास विज़िट करते थे तब तब वे 5 to 6 टाइगर्स मारते थे. The plot of the story will be continued in the next video lecture. Till then, please read the chapters and post all your doubts and queries related to the chapter in the WhatsApp group. Till then, keep learning and stay safe. Thank you.